morning, Year 9. I hope you're well and having a lovely day. Please can you write the date and title, The Wedding Aftermath, Leonato's Response. For this lesson, you'll need a copy of the extract from Act 4, Scene 1, access to YouTube to watch some clips, and different coloured pens and highlighters. Do now, 5 minutes. What do we expect to see in a father-daughter relationship? Pause the video to answer this now. So you may have written, responsible for her safety and happiness, supportive, caring and loyal. She follows his instructions, perhaps this varies with age, and for context, we could consider the additional importance that finding a husband for a daughter had at the time, so for financial security. So what do we know of the relationship between Leonato and Hero so far? I'd like you to brain dump everything you know about them so far. Pause the video for 5 minutes to do this now. So this is what we know. We know they look alike because Don Pedro says, the lady fathers herself. Leonato has no other child. She's his only heir. Leonato is excited when he thinks it's Don Pedro who wants to marry her. He describes it as a dream and tells her what to say if the prince do solicit you in that kind. You know your answer. Here is a good daughter. Antonio trusts she will be ruled by her father. Leonato is equally happy to let her marry Claudio. He doesn't want the marriage to happen straight away. He wants to make sure it's a great occasion, so needs a week to sort it out. It's believable that Hero would have told him about Beatrice being in love with Benedict. My daughter tells us all. He prioritizes being on time for the wedding to listening to his watchman. He gives Hero to Claudio freely. He believes that Hero might already have slept with Claudio. He asks Hero to answer the princes and Claudio rather than defend her honour. So make sure you've made a note of what you believe to be the key points in this list. Okay, so today's focus is the relationship between Leonato and Hero. I'd like you to watch the scene summary of Act 4, Scene 1 and then the clip of the wedding. What are your first impressions about this scene? How would you describe the way Leonato treats his daughter? Pause the video for 10 minutes to do this now. So I'd like you to pause the video to read through the script on the screen. And this is about Hero's shame and Leonato's reaction. How does Leonato react to the way Claudio has shamed Hero? Make notes on this first speech. Find all the references to death he makes. Find at least one rhetorical question. What's the effect of this? How did Leonato previously feel about Hero and how does he see her now? So pause the video for 7 minutes to read through it and answer these questions. So, references to death. Death is the fairest cover. Do not ope thine eyes. Strike at thy life. Grieved eye. Rhetorical questions. It emphasises his confusion. He starts to question why he ever thought her lovely, or whether anything can be denied. Before, he thought her lovely. He loved her, he praised her, he was proud of her, he valued her. Now she is stained by her actions and will never be clean from it. He wishes she was dead. So why doesn't Leonato believe Hero? Read through what's on the screen and make notes. Spend 3 minutes doing this, making sure you answer the question. So he doesn't believe her because she doesn't have an alibi. Beatrice has shared a bedroom with her for the last year, but last night they slept separately. He sees no reason why Claudio, Don Pedro and Don John would lie. He thinks she is trying to cover up her lies to excuse herself. He sees this as another sin, the sin of perjury. What does the friar notice that Leonato hasn't seen? Spend 2 minutes and pick this out. So the friar noticed that Hero is blushing, which suggests innocence. Hero's eyes show a fire to burn the wrongs that have been done to her. He believes she's innocent, guiltless, and there's been a great mistake. Why does Leonato change his mind? Read through this section on the screen and make notes. He stops to listen to what Hero has to say, finally. The friar and Benedict highlight there is something wrong about what the princes have said. Benedict reminds everyone that while Don Pedro and Claudio are honourable men, Don John is less trustworthy. Note how he refers to him as the bastard here. Don John is linked with the word villain again. Hero's Diary. How would you feel if you were Hero? First you were rejected at the altar, and then your dad turns on you. He only starts to change his mind once some of the other men fight your corner for a bit. Write a short diary entry from Hero's perspective, reflecting on her wedding day. You could refer back to the excited feelings she would have had getting ready that morning and then walking down the aisle. Pause the video for 10 minutes to do this now. Reflection. Leonato is a loving father. How far do you agree with the statement? Plan a response to this question, ensuring you have evidence for both sides of the argument before writing a summative sentence of your opinion. If you have time, write the answer as well. So pause the video to do this now. So this is the kind of evidence you should have included. In terms of evidence he is a loving father, he says how he has always thought she was lovely and praised her. He wants the best for her and has sought her out a good husband. He is devastated by what has happened and vows to end his friendship with Don Pedro and Claudio. Evidence he isn't a loving father, he believes the other men over his daughter. He then needs more men to convince him of her innocence, and he says some really unpleasant things to her and is concerned about his reputation, even though she's the one whose life has been ruined. So if you didn't get this, please make sure you make a note of the key arguments for and against the statement currently on the slide. Okay, so well done for your work today. Next time we'll be looking in more detail at the wedding scene and considering Beatrice and Benedict's relationship in more detail. So thank you very much, and I'll speak to you next time.